So, since he only has one eye, does he get headaches if he reads for too long? Just curious.
Hey, what's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Takara MP-29 masterpiece Shockwave. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. You got a picture here of Shockwave in his robot mode, in his alt mode, Destron Military Operations Commander, Destron Laser Wave, that's his Japanese name. On this side of the box, we just said Transformers Masterpiece. On the other side of the box, Transformers Masterpiece, upside down Masterpiece. On the top of the box, he's saluting. Hi, how are you? How you doing? On the bottom of the box, just have your contents of the packaging, a bunch of stuff I can't read. On the back of the box, you have your obligatory product shots. I can stand, I can turn into a gun, I can salute, I can hold myself, and I can stand there, and I can stand. That's what I can do. And look, here are my friends, and look, I'm standing some more, and I have stuff on my back. Hooray! And that's basically it for the packaging. I dropped that box from like 2 inches off the ground. Don't freak out, okay? Comment section, don't freak out. It was literally like, it was that far off the ground that I dropped it, okay? Calm down. Calm down. Anyway, you also get the Masterpiece Collector's Card right there with some nice artwork of Shockwave. And on the back, I'm assuming that's bio, that I cannot read. Robot mode, alt mode, tech specs, yada, yada, yada. Whatever Masterpiece cards I do throw. Because I don't care. But moving right along, here we have Masterpiece Shockwave. And as you can see, he's a big purple laser space gun of murder deathage. Yay. A very cool figure. Very, very nicely done. Getting close here so you can see the details. You can see right there, the barrel of the gun does have some nice molded details in there. Done in transparent plastic. Looks very nice. And very, very well done. Very nice. You get some little molded details throughout. Of course, got the screw holes right there, but that's okay. It's right there. Not a whole lot going on detail-wise, but still very nice. You have the sight right there, done in the transparent plastic. You do get a trigger right here, because we do get some lights. See the handle right there. And the underside, you can just see Shockwave's chest. I mean, it's Shockwave, so obviously you can clearly see how, what's what. I mean, yeah, arms, legs, body, you know, it's Shockwave. If gaps on Masterpiece Transformers enrage you, well, you know, gap right there, gap right there. Oh well, not the end of the world, but I'm sure somebody is, you know, putting their head through a wall right now because of that, and you need help. You need a psychiatrist or something, because a toy shouldn't make you do that. Really, seriously, really, no, that's wrong. That's just wrong. Seek professional attention, says the man who makes his toys talk to each other about pizza, bagels, and burritos. But anyway, let's move right along here. This isn't about me, but still very, very nicely done all around. Of course, Shockwave does have his, I know words, I really do. He does have his hose right here, and the hose is not the typical rubber hose. This hose is actually, let's see if I can get in close here so you can see. The hose is actually a metal coil, which is quite clever. If you can see in there, there's actually a string in there as well. There you go, you can see it. So you can actually, you know, stretch this out of shape, which is just very clever. Very, very clever. And obviously it's, you know, nice and flexible. You can whip it around and you don't have to worry about it getting all messed up. And, you know, obviously this will not disintegrate over time like the hose on G1 Shockwaves. So very clever. Very, very clever. So, of course, you can attach this to the gun. There's a port right there. Just plug in the one end. And then you just plug it into the port right up here. And there you go. Now he's got his hose. Hooray for hoses. The hoses with the mostest. I don't know what's happening. He does include a stand right here, which is done in purple plastic. This little transparent bit right here. And you just take the gun and just pop it right into this groove right here. And voila! A stand. This is very nice. I mean, I don't display my Transformers in their alt modes, but for those who do, it's a good day for you! So, it's very thoughtful though, very considerate that they give you a little stand there so you can display it properly. So, that's pretty cool. I do appreciate it nonetheless, even though I really won't make much use of this, but still, I appreciate it nonetheless. Now, of course, the one comparison that I'm sure everybody wants to see is him with Fans Toys Quakewave. So there he is with Quakewave. And they are basically the same size here. I don't know how well I can get this in a shot. Here we go. They are pretty much the same length. Quakewave is like a hair longer than Shockwave, as you can see. But they are basically the same size there. And you can see the differences there, like in the body shapes and whatnot. Kind of see everything works there. Take a look at the barrels side by side. And just how everything works there. The underside. Again, I don't know how well you can see any of this, but I'm doing my best. You got that. The handles are different thicknesses, as you can see. Shockwave does feel very nice in hand. I mean, you know, like I said, his grip is, you know, it's thick, but still feels nice and comfortable. The grip on Quakewave, as you can see, is a little bit thinner, but still feels just as comfortable in the hand. So, you know, there's no real difference there. Weight-wise, there is some die-cast in Shockwave, so he does have a little bit of heft to him. Quakewave has a little bit more heft to him, but not by much. But yeah. So you have the two together. You know, Quakewave does have that little gap right there, too, so. They both have a little gapage issue, but there you go. You can see the differences there, like in the sights. Obviously, he does have the rubber hose, as opposed to the metal coil hose. Well, yeah. You can see Quakewave has a lot more detailing back here, whereas on Shockwave, it's very, very minimal. Right there. So, there you go. There you have the two waves together, third party and official. Now, he does have lights right here, if we can bring the trigger down. This does take two AA batteries, which go right in this compartment right here. And he also takes two button cell batteries, which go in this panel right here. The batteries you'll need for that are the 303, 350, blah, 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 blah. I know words. I do. I swear I know words. 303, 357 batteries are the ones that fit in that compartment. Right there. And, yeah, if you pull the trigger, there's not a lot of room. That's one thing that does bug me a little bit about this guy, is that there's not a lot of room for your finger here. I, most of the time, just pull the trigger with my fingernail. Not a lot of space there. But, anyway, if you pull the trigger, you see, boom, you get a nice bright purple LED. You know, the lights are not going to do it justice, but it is actually very, very bright. You can see there. You can sit there and pum, 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 pum. You can do all that. And there is a switch right here. If you push that switch down, when you pull the trigger once, it'll just go on its own. Pum, 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 pum. Pum. And there it goes. I do a lot of puming! Anyway. So, there you have that, which is a pretty nice feature. You can't actually turn it off. It's either going to be in that, you know, slow, pulsing, puming mode. You know, you either get that mode, or you flip it up, and you can just pum to your heart's content. But you can't actually turn it off. Not that I've been able to find anyway, so. There you go. Now you do also get some stickers. A sticker sheet right here with Decepticon symbols. The top row are the traditional Decepticon logos. And the symbols on the bottom are the cartoon accurate symbols. Which is pretty cool, but I opted for the the traditional ones because none of the other masterpieces have the cartoon accurate symbols, so I wanted them all to match, but there you go. You do have the option to put in stickers on the guy if you want. So, without further ado, we'll get down to transformation, shall we? So we'll start off with the legs and work our way up. So you want to take the side here, flip that down, take this section here, untab it, and bring it around, and this tab will just tab into a little groove right there. Push that in. You're going to come down here, take this section, and pull that down, like that. And you come back here, take this section, split it, bring it down, rotate it, so that gap is facing you, like that. And then you come here and split the legs, kind of bring them out. Then you take this little assembly here, bring it out, bring this forward, and this will just tab in right there, like that. And then you take the foot and swing it out. And take the leg, just bring it up here, and then you want to swing this whole thing down, and this tab will go into that slot right there. Just swing that down, line all that up, tab it all together, make sure this hinge right here is all squeezed together. There you go. Rotate the leg, got the thigh swivel, and there you got a leg all done. Second verse, same as the first. Swing that up, bring that around. That will tab in right there. Tab because it's normal. There you go. Rotate the foot up. Bring that knee up. Swing that down. Line all that up so it tabs in. Rotate. Make sure all that up there is squeezed together. And there you got the legs all done. So now we'll move to the upper body. Excuse me while I readjust here. So at this point now you want to take the whole upper body here and pull it up like that, and that will free up the waist joint. Take the trigger, just fold that up, and then get your nail in here and slide down this panel, which will cover all that up right there, like that. And then you want to come up here, take these panels, swing them out. That will allow you to bring the arms out and down, right there. This armature right here is die cast, so that's where some of that weight comes from. Then you take these panels and you just fold them up like that. Fold that up like that on that double hinge. And then you just bring this whole armature down against his back. Bring this up. There are two tabs right here that will go into these two slots right there. So just push that on. And rotate his wrist there so it's oriented properly. Then you just grab his noggin and you pull it up until it clicks into place. Which, what's the matter with you, man? You ripped my head off. Oh, man. I ripped his head off. That's the first time that's happened. I don't know if I can get his head back in. Give me 1 second. All right, I got his head back on, so let's try to do this again without ripping his head off. So you just want to bring this whole panel up here and just pull on it until it clicks into place. There we go. Hooray, I didn't rip his head off. That's the first time that's happened. Just get them all straightened out here. Get everything situated. And here we have Shockwave in his robots mode. And very nicely done. That sure does look like a Shockwave. Very, very cool. Very nicely done. So, all around, I really like this figure. Really, really do. Very, very cool. So, getting close here on the head sculpt, and, it's the typical Shockwave head with the one eye. He doesn't have a light in here, but he does have some nice light piping. So that eye glows a nice yellow. But all around, nicely done head sculpt. I mean, Shockwave's head sculpt is very simple to begin with, so not a whole lot going on there, but still looks good. You can see he has that transcurrent chest piece there, and you got some molded details behind it that are done in silver, it looks like. Looks very cool. Again, overall, very nicely done. This stomach panel does like to kind of push itself back up, though. You have to push it back down. But all around, though, very cool. Very well done. Very nice transformation. And, of course, it does have a backpack. The backpack, when you have it in this configuration, you can see it kind of wants to shake itself loose a little bit. It doesn't tab in super secure. But that's a problem that can be remedied with this piece right here, because the stand can actually store in robot mode. So to store this on him, you just take this piece right here, you swing it around, close that back up, and you just bring it down like that. And then you bring this up right here, and you just feed this through this section right here, like that. You just kind of push it up, and you'll see there are two slots right here for those two tabs to go into. So you just take that and you push that in like that, and then just bring this up, and you can see that just covers everything up very nicely and gives him a little bit of a bigger backpack, but it's a cleaner backpack. So you have that, and this is tab in very securely. Like that doesn't really come loose. Even after a vigorous shaking, that doesn't come loose. So that actually works a lot better than just the barrel there by itself. So, oops, shaking them around, I undid some stuff. Hey, there we go. So there you have that. Of course, you saw I put the Decepticon stickers right there on his forearms. And yeah, very, very cool. Articulation-wise, let me raise the camera a little bit, excuse me. Articulation-wise, the head is on the ball joint. You can get some side-to-side movement there. He can look up very far. You can get to a squirrel. You can do that. You can look down a little bit, side to side. Of course, it can do a full 360. Shoulders can do a full 360 on a ratchet joint right there. Like that. You have outward movement on a ratchet joint. You can also use the transformation joints for some extra articulation. It does have a swivel above the elbow, ratcheted elbow joint there with a little over 90 degrees of bend. On this side that actually has a hand, you do have a swivel, the fingers open and close. He does have a waist joint, but the backpack, as you can see this section of the backpack here, does hinder that, so you do kind of have to undo the backpack to be able to use that waist swivel, and it only swivels that much. That's all the swivel you're going to get out of it. Right there. So let's push the backpack back in. Legs can go forward on a nice ratchet joint. As you can see, these panels right here will move out of the way to accommodate. So you can move that much forward. You can only move that far back, pretty much like one click back is all you're going to get. Outward movements, move that panel out of the way. You can do the full splits right there. You do have a thigh swivel, under 90 degrees of knee bend, so not a whole lot of bend there at the knee. The feet can move up one click, down one click, and you do get an ankle tilt. And there is a little bit of die cast on his foot. His heel is die cast, so gives him a little bit more weight there. So there you go. Now he does include some accessories. He does include some optional hands. He does include the saluting hand right here. And the hands are very easy to swap out. You can just take this hand and you just pull it off. Slide the new hand on. You can see it's a specific shape there. So you just line it up, boop, pop it on, and there you go. He can salute you. For those about to rock, I salute you. He can do that. He can do all of that. So you have that. And you also get a transcurrent version of the saluting hand. So you can pop that in. if you want. For those who are about to transclearantly rock, I salute you. You can do that if you want, I'm just saying. So you can do that as well. He also does come with a Transcurrent Fist right here. And the fingers can open and close. So you can give him that if you wish. He does also come with a Transcurrent hand cannon right here. So you can pop that side out as well. Plug that in. If you want everything to match, there you go. So you have that option as well. And if you actually want him to have a left and right hand, well, guess what? They give you a left hand for him. So you can totally give him two proper hands if you wish. Hooray. So it's nice that they give you options. Now he does have a light up gimmick for the for his cannon hand here. There is a button right here on the side, and if you push it, see it goes pew, 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 and it's all pumed out. So there you go. But it actually looks really cool with the transclearant cannon though, because it just lights this whole thing up. So boom, and that looks really nice. Again, I don't know with the lights on the whole you can see it, but that looks really, really nice with the transclearant cannon in there. So there you have that. So it's cool you get the little light up features as well. Me personally, I prefer the solid colored hands, but again, it's your toy. You can display it however you wish. Now, he does also include a miniature version of himself right here. It's a pretty nice detail. Not a whole lot, but it's there. And for the hose, it's just like this piece of string there, which is cute. But yeah, it's a little Shockwave. So you can open his hand up, and you know, there's a tab on either side. A slot in his palm. I almost said palm in a slot. What? That just sounds wrong in so many levels. But anyway, plug that into his hand. Close his hand up, and there you go. He can hold himself. Hooray! Hooray! See, comment section, I beat you to it. I beat you to it. He can hold himself. Yeah. So there you have that. It's all around a very cool figure. Get this out of his hand. Let go of yourself, Shockwave. Let go of yourself! I had a nickel for every time somebody said that to me. Anyway. So, for comparison, here he is with Masterpiece Sideswipe. So you can see how he scales there with the Autobot cars. Right there. Here he is with Masterpiece Ironhide. You can see, pretty much the same height as Ironhide. Right there. Here he is with MP-10 Prime. You can see right there. Almost a head shorter than Prime. Some Decepticon buddies. Here he is with Screamer. Right there. Let's see, maybe a smidge taller at the head than Starscream. Here he is with Soundwave. You can see Soundwave is a little bit taller. Then Shockwave. Here he is with Apollyon. Not Masterpiece Megatron from X-Transbots. Right there. Again, about a head shorter. Right there. And no, I don't own a G1 Shockwave, so there's no Precious. Sorry. But here he is with Quakewave. Which, again, is the comparison I know most people want to see. So, here are the two together, the official and the not official. And obviously, you can see it's a bit shorter than Quakewave. So, here's the deal. I know the question that people are going to ask is, hey, EmGo, which one do you like better? Which one do you think is better? Honestly, I like them both. They both have their strengths. They both have their weaknesses. Obviously, Quakewave, as you can see, is a lot bulkier. Not by much, but, he has some chunkier legs. Shockwave is a bit slimmer. Quakewave does have a bit better articulation. Like, he does actually have, like, full 90 degrees bend at the knee. And he has double jointed elbows, so he has full range of movement there. The waist swivel is completely unhindered by the backpack. Articulated fingers. So Quakewave does pull some things off a bit better than Shockwave on the articulation front. He does have a bit more movement here at the leg. I mean, not too much of an ankle tilt either, but, at least you have those joints there on the toes, on the heels. You can kind of get a little bit more posability. This actually have a little bit of a toe joint there. But again, the legs are overall a bit bulkier, which I know will kind of turn some people off. But, they both have their strengths, they both have their weaknesses. Obviously the coloration is very much different, as you can see here. Now, one thing I do have to point out is that as far as cartoon accuracy goes, you have to remember that the G1 cartoon was not known for its consistency. Consistency was not the strong point of the G1 cartoon. They would change sizes, they would change colors. Nothing was consistent about the G1 cartoon. I mean, if you remember the 86 movie, I think Hot Rod transformed like 75 different ways. Nothing was consistent about the G1 cartoon. And I was looking up screenshots of Shockwave from the G1 cartoon, and in some of the screenshots I found, he was this color. In some of the screenshots I found, he was that color. So I don't know what's real anymore. So... Basically, both of these are pretty accurate as far as the coloration goes, when you think about it. Just think as one or the other, as the animators were just having an off day and decided to choose a different color. I don't know. Nothing was consistent about that cartoon. But again, it really just boils down to what you like better. I mean, you can see Quakewave's backpack is a little bit smaller than Shockwave's. He does have kind of a chunkier backpack. Like I said, like this does hinder the waist articulation. So, it all boils down really to what you like better. Price isn't really a factor either. On BigBadToyStore.com, Quakewave is going for $154.99 and Shockwave is going for $159.99. So it's a $5 difference. So nobody can make the argument, oh, these overpriced third-party toys. Quakewave's actually cheaper by $5. So really it all just boils down to which one do you like better. I like them both. I still like Quakewave. Having this in hand has not changed my opinion of Quakewave. I like this figure just as much now as I did when I first bought it, and I've had this figure for years now. It was a good figure then. I think it is still a good figure now. This is one of those figures that has actually stood up. This is, in my opinion, this figure has withstood the test of time. I still love this figure. I highly recommended it back then when I first reviewed it a couple years ago. I still highly recommend this figure because it is a great figure. But Shockwave is also a great figure. Very well done, very cool, very clever transformation. No parts forming. With Quakewave, you do have to remove the barrel of the gun. No parts forming whatsoever on I'm gonna get them all mixed up now. No parts forming whatsoever on Shockwave. So if parts forming is something that bothers you, then hey, Quakewave, Shockwave doesn't do any of that unless you count the this part with the stand. But of course, the stand you can always just leave in the box, and it's a non-factor. But just depends if you're going to use the stand or not. So I don't know if you would count that as parts forming. That's really an optional piece. But yeah, you do get the inclusion of the extra hands. You do get an extra little gun for him to hold. I wonder if, actually, never tried to see if any of these other guys can hold Shockwave. Hold up, give me a second. Oh wait, he doesn't have a tab in his palm to hold a gun at all. Well, okay. That's not going to work at all. Let me see if Ironhide can hold him. Can Ironhide hold Shockwave? It's kind of tight. I don't know. Well, I think so. I have trouble getting Ironhide's gun into his hands, so I don't know about Shockwave. Oh no, I'm having some problems getting it. Wait a second. Wait. Oh, there we go. Aha! There you go. Hey, there you go. Ironhide can hold him. Can hold him very well. There you go. I actually have not tried to put this gun in anybody else's hand. There you go. At least Ironhide can hold him, so I'm assuming the other guys can hold him as well. Can Shockwave? Shockwave. Why am I calling everybody Shockwave now? Let me see if Soundwave can hold him. I think, maybe. I don't think Soundwave can hold him. Or can he? He can hold him, but it's not really tabbing in. He could just wrap his fingers around him and he can hold him, but it's kind of... It's a little loosey-goosey. It's hit or miss, but anyway. So cool to include that nonetheless. You get a little sticker sheet, so you can put Decepticon symbols wherever you want. But, yeah, like I said, it just really just boils down to which one you prefer. I like them both. I think they're both very well done, very cool figures. You know, I think no matter which way you go, if you go official, if you go third party, there's also that other third party Shockwave that's out. What's his name? Quake Blast, I believe, from Cloud9, which is actually a lot cheaper. I think that figure's only like $80 now. And it's pretty much a knockoff of Quake Wave because the transformation is basically identical. So it's basically just a cheaper version of this. I think they kind of remolded the legs a little bit, but the transformation is pretty much exactly the same. So I call that Shockwave a knockoff. But you know, you have options. Again, nothing wrong with it. You got options. And like I said, price-wise, it's a $5 difference. So it really just boils down to which one do you like better. If you just want to get, you know, Quake Blast, which is only like $80, you can go for that too. But again, options! Ain't nothing wrong with it. But there you go. There you have that. But like I said, as far as Masterpiece Shockwave goes, very cool figure. Love it, love it, love it. I've been having this weird relationship with the Masterpiece line. It's just been a roller coaster ride. Like Trax was like, and then Ironhide was like, yay, and then Hot Rod was kind of, and now Shockwave is like, yay. The Masterpiece line is just doing a lot of this lately. It's just doing a lot of this, a lot of ups and downs, peaks and valleys, you know. But Shockwave, very, very cool. I dig him very, very much. So there you have that. So if you would like a Shockwave or any other Masterpiece Transformer, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There will be a link in the description down below, so check that out. You can also check out my Masterpiece Transformers playlist for any reviews you may have missed, also linked in the description down below, so check that out as well. And I think that's it. So don't forget to check out EmGames, check out Lori Plant, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the Takara MP-29 Masterpiece Shockwave, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Okay, Wave, I have a new plan. I'm all ears. Well, naturally you're all eye, but that's besides the point. Anyway, what we're gonna do is, hey, did you get a new hand? Oh yeah, I just made it. It's kind of a novelty thing. Look, it glows! I figured I'd use it on club night. Club night? When's club night? Club night is every night! Hit it! Oh yeah! Colors of the world! Every boy and every girl! People of the world! Oh yeah, yeah, yeah! Was he just singing Spice Girls? Hey! You don't talk bad about my girls or I will give you a fresh one. And by fresh one, I mean burrito. A fresh burrito. Really, really, really want to zig a zig. Ah.